I'm here again with a discussion video. I tried to choose opinions that I haven't seen in any unpopular K-pop opinions videos, so this won't hopefully be boring for you. Also, some of these opinions are me disagreeing some common unpopular opinions. I try to keep this video civil because fan wars just make my head hurt, so if you want scalding hot tea then you should go look it from elsewhere. Oh, and you will see a lot of EXO memes because someone must promote them. Without further ado, let's start. I've seen many people say that toxic fans shouldn't affect your liking of groups and you can just listen to their music and not interact with the fandom. I disagree with this. Of course toxic fans affect to your enjoyment. I'll explain. What if every time you go and watch a video about a certain group, you start smelling rotten fish? Then you go to Twitter and see a comment about that group and again you smell rotten fish. When this continues too long, you will autonomously remember that disgusting smell when you listen their songs because you have started to associate that group with that smell. Now, switch rotten fish smell to toxic fans. Do you understand the problem? It's the same thing as if you get a food poisoning from eating shrimps. You cannot eat them anymore without feeling sick. Also, it is very difficult to avoid those toxic fans, especially if they are armies or blinks because they are literally everywhere. This has happened to me in some extent. I'm still an army and a blink, but I'm not as interested in BTS or Blackpink as I used to be. They are still in my top 3 favorite boy and girl groups, but they have been slowly dropping in my ranking and toxic fans are the main reason for it. You can be a fan of a group even though you don't know much about the group and only listen to their music. Actually, I don't know how into a group you must be to be an army or whatever, so I'm not sure if this is an unpopular opinion or not. In my opinion, all you need to do to call yourself a fan is liking their music. And of course you shouldn't be disrespectful towards any of the members. For example, you don't need to know the names of all NCT members to become NCTzen. Just listen to their music, and everything comes naturally after that. You will learn their names at some point. There's no need to force anything. Being a fan shouldn't be a job. It's fine if you want to stream, buy albums and get to know the members, but it shouldn't be a requirement to be a fan. Some people will probably disagree with me in this, but this is how I think. In my opinion, Shinee is the best dance group. This wasn't an unpopular opinion like 5+ years ago, but I feel like it is now. I don't know how many newer K-pop fans know, but Shinee has won Best Performance 3 times in Mama, and that's the most anyone has won it. Also, Taemin has won it twice, so in a way Shinee has 5 wins under their belt. Shinee has such a creative and impressive choreographies, and they have an amazing stage presence, which is very important when there is less people on stage because everyone is always on display, so to speak. Nowadays people prefer larger dance groups and they emphasize synchronization and formations in choreographies, so I feel like smaller dance groups don't get much recognition. Next, let's talk about my questionable music taste. I actually like Red Velvet's RBB and Zimzalabim. They are really unique and I never get tired of them. Also, I used to despise Rookie, but when I was looking for instrumentals for one of my videos, I somehow ended up listening Rookie's instrumental version and it was actually really good. After that I started to like it. Also, I like both DNA and Coco Bop. Okay, at first I was a bit underwhelmed, but after some time I started to like them. I prefer Idol over Fake Love, and I'm probably the only one. Actually, I like it over every title track except Mic Drop after their Never Walk Alone album. I just like Idol because it's so different and energetic. Yes, it's weird, but weird is good. Though Singularity is my favorite song with the MV in the same time span. The Seventh Sense is one of my favorite NCT songs, and I was actually surprised that some people didn't like it. I also like Fire Truck. I think Lotto is also a good song. I also like Hyuna's Deep Roll, FX's Red Light, and IOI's Very. Bam was a bop. I also kind of like Wolf, Ring Ding Dong, and I Got a Boy. And I still enjoy Gangnam Style. Now I have lost all my credibility, but I'm being honest here. I've seen in many unpopular opinions videos that they think that there shouldn't be a maknae in a visual positions, but I disagree. Maknae isn't really a position like other positions. It means the youngest person in a group. In Korea, every single group of people has a maknae and everyone knows who it is. The group might be a group of friends, colleagues, or whatever. It's a part of Korean culture, so of course there is a maknae. I know that visual position is a bit problematic in many ways and most people know why, so I'm not going into the details. However, I think that visuals play an important part in a K-pop group. They attract attention and new fans. They get CF deals, MCing, and acting gigs. These are very important for promoting a group, and it isn't wonder if a company adds someone into the group because they are beautiful or handsome. Still, people shouldn't disrespect visuals because of this. Visuals have their own role to play, and sometimes they are the ones who make the group known in the first place. And if they were truly talentless, they wouldn't have debuted in the first place. This one might sound really harsh, but hear me out. Often there is a reason why some groups are underrated. It's not because they are talentless, but because there is nothing distinct about them. They don't have a recognizable sound, style, or concept that differentiates them from other groups. This is the company's fault if anyone's. Sometimes a member or several are able to get recognized some way and bring recognition, so in some cases interesting members might be enough, but this usually isn't enough in the long run. One good example is that there are many boy groups that have similar concept as ATEEZ, but ATEEZ has their unique sound that differentiates them from other groups, so they have become quite popular for a rookie group. Think about any popular or semi-popular groups. Don't they all have something unique about them? Difference doesn't need to be something groundbreaking, but big enough to make people interested in their future projects. Sometimes I see some groups that are unique, and because of that I believe that they will someday break through. I had that feeling about Monsta X, and I was right, and I feel like Dreamcatcher will become more popular, at least among international fans. They may not become super popular, but I think they have a certain niche and their fans will be very supportive and loyal to them. Of course, there are groups that haven't yet been noticed even though they are special in some way. With some luck they will be noticed and become at least semi-successful. This opinion links to my first opinion about toxic fans, and the second about that fans don't need to be super active to be included into the fandom. I left this last because this is more me wondering about this issue. Some of you might know about this certain scandal in YouTube, but I'm not commenting on that. However, comments in that video made me quite surprised. Many ARMYs said that they were annoyed that some other K-pop fans wished them to give a chance to other groups, and they were actually quite disrespectful to other K-pop groups in general, even though they were complaining that other K-pop fans are disrespectful to BTS. I knew that there were new ARMYs who thought like that, but I didn't realize that there were so many of them. Well, I have tried to avoid toxic fans, so maybe that's why I was so surprised. I understand that it might get annoying if you hear that all the time, but I don't really understand why they can't listen to other groups too. It doesn't take anything from BTS. They can be at least casual fans of other groups too. They don't have to be as dedicated to them as to BTS. They can just listen to their music and that's it. To me it sounds like if someone refuses to listen to Ariana Grande because they are a Swiftie. Of course they don't have to listen to any other groups, but I just don't understand why they are so strongly against it. It's music, it's not so deep. I feel kind of sorry for those who don't try to listen to others than their faves, because there's so much good music that they are missing out. Some of my favorite albums this year came from groups whose music I haven't really listened to before, and I'm very glad that I decided to give them a chance. But maybe I'm the weird one. I don't think that many people listen to as many new albums as I do, but I just love discovering new groups and songs. I think that K-pop fandom would be a lot more peaceful if people would be more open and supportive towards all groups, not just their faves. That's it for now. EXO has apparently a busy schedule, so they need to go now. They agreed to feature in this video if I promote their latest releases, so here's the obligatory promotion part. Baekhyun debuted as a soloist with UN Village. Check out his debut mini-album City Lights. Also, Sehun and Chanyeol debuted as a duo called XOSC. You are blessed to listen to Sehun finally singing more than a couple lines in one song. Check out all their triple title MVS, Just Us Two, Closer to You and What a Life. Dio released SM Station single That's Okay earlier this month. Also, Lay released a Chinese EP called Honey with a title track with the same name. That's it. Thank you for surviving through the whole video. Bye.